Hey everyone, this is Josh Phillips. I'm here with another screencast. This time we're going over an organizational website that is related to content area. This particular website is the U.S. Energy and Information Administration's website. It's a government sponsored website, and for my content path in particular, I'm talking about energy sources in the United States. This is a perfect site. It's a must use site if anyone else is thinking about talking about energy in the United States. There's tons of statistics and analysis within this website. So we're going to start the tour by just looking at the front page. Right away you can see that it has recent news articles right here on the front page. It's also got on the right side some data highlights. You can see some crude oil estimates for the future, some natural gas future prices, and then on this main page right here, this first article that's posted is on petroleum, which is obviously what we rely on most heavily in the United States. And so right here, right all on the first page, you have some new news articles. You have a highlighted one. You have data on the right. And then you also have some other sidebars here. You can look at reports, all that good stuff over on the left. But one of the best things about this website is actually on the top and this toolbar. If you go to learn about energy and open up this drop down, you can start looking around in here. There's a glossary, there's frequently asked questions, but what I think is most useful about this website is actually if you click on any of these categories under Energy Explained, it's going to take us to this part of the website um, where we just clicked on what is energy. So you got heat, light, motion. It's giving you all this information about energy, and it says it can be classified as two different things, renewable or non-renewable. Right here you have it shows you, this website's full of graphs like this. It shows good graphs, what we're using right now. So the largest thing being used in the United States is petroleum. Next up to that is natural gas, coal, renewable energy, nuclear energy, and power. So this website is great for finding out different facts on these different energy sources, and it's also is just packed full of data charts and information statistics for you to use, which would be very helpful when you're trying to appeal to a reader's or your audience's logical appeals, otherwise known as logos, as was explained in one of my last blog posts. So once again, if we take our focus over here to the left-hand side of the screen, we're going to notice we have all these different drop-down boxes that we can use. So if you're interested in choosing your content path on energy, definitely use this website, U.S. Energy Information Administration .gov. I'll be posting the link in my blog post as well if you would like to use this source. So yeah, you can definitely find some good general information about just energy up here in the top, which would be a good attention grabber if you want to pull some statistics from there. But to really get deeper into each energy source, um, there's definitely some good uses over here on the left. So let's say we're interested in natural gas. Well, you just hit the drop down for natural gas, and then all of a sudden you have access to delivery and storage, the pipelines, liquefied natural gas, where does it come from, just all this different stuff. So we're going to take a look at where our natural gas comes from. So then once again you have all these great stats and charts and everything like that. You have a lot of good information here. And this one just has the basics, but what's interesting on a lot of these is, say I go to nuclear. You also have a data and statistics tab, which I mean is once again very good if you're trying to appeal to your audience's logos and make some logical appeals. But there was something else that, if I could find it real quick. Okay, so there's three different tabs that are possible to come up when you're exploring through this website. The first is basic, and that's just going to give you a general look at what's going on with that energy source. The next, or the other one, would be data and statistics, which we just saw a couple pages ago. This data and statistics tab. And this isn't going to be for every energy source, but it is on a lot of them. So that's very useful when that's there. And then there's also this third tab, which is in-depth. And this is going to give you a more specific look into the energy source that you're dealing with. Say I look at nuclear. Well, I guess nuclear doesn't have the in-depth look, but I mean, it does. What this is given right here is that's a lot more in depth than what you're going to find in a lot of news articles. Like, they're not going to go into much detail on how fission and fusion work. But as you can see in this website, you have right here, um, you have like all these different graphs and charts and stuff that will help explain that. Right here, it says all nuclear power in the United States is used to generate electricity. Well, I didn't know that, but that's something you could use um, in your research. Um, but so yeah, there's these non-renewable energy resources which are a big focus that's of mine that's going to be in my research paper. But another big focus is going to be these renewable energy sources. And this website just makes it really easy to just, well, I'm looking for information on geothermal. Let's see how we use geothermal energy in the United States. So right away, you're given access to all this information. You can pull up a graph. You can see the top states that use geothermal. And you can even further explore this. Just hit geothermal altogether and get a nice broad tab. You can also look at, you can do this for all of them, but once again, a lot of good information in this website. Alright, another focus, if you're choosing this topic, is going to be the impact that this has on the environment. So another highlight of this website is that it addresses that. So if you click on energy and the environment on the left, you can focus on a couple different things. You can focus on, say, the greenhouse gas effect, the climate effect, greenhouse gas again, future emissions, and recycling. But you can also click on an individual source of energy, and it will tell you that particular source's effect on the environment, which is very useful when writing this research paper. Because right when you click on that, it's going to take you right to where in the website that it explains the effects on the earth. So right here we have geothermal power plants do not burn fuel to generate electricity, so the levels of air pollutants they emit are low. Okay, well, let's compare that to, say, oil and petroleum products. Emissions and byproducts are produced from burning petroleum products. Here are a few: carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide. So right away, you can make these connections if you're writing your research paper. And then also has laws relating to each of them. And so yeah, this is just a great website with a lot of useful information here. So once again, I would suggest when you're using this website to go to Learn About Energy, this tab, click it, click What is Energy or any of these sources right here, and then on the left you're going to have a lot of good information here. I would highly recommend just focusing on these three tabs: energy and the environment, non-renewable sources, and renewable sources. This is going to give you a lot of the background information that you need if you're writing a research paper about energy. And then this is the best use of this site is you click energy and the environment, and you can just click any energy source and it's going to tell you right away how that energy source affects the environment, which is just going to be extremely helpful to me and to anyone else using um, energy in the United States as their content path of choice. Also, just one other thing that I'd like to point out in this website is if you go to the Geography tab and hit United States, you can see, just get a visual representation of exactly what power plants there are going on in the United States for a particular geographic region. So right now I've just selected Ohio, so you can see all these different sources of energy throughout Ohio. You can click one and it'll tell you, okay, this is a petroleum power plant in Lebanon. The net output is given, the source is given, and it's really just, I like this part of the website just because you can kind of see just how much energy is needed and how much energy is focused on in the United States. Really, each one of these little symbols out here represents a energy manufacturing source of some sort. Coal, whether it's a coal plant, whether it's this one's not shown for some reason, whether it's biomass, petroleum, surface coal. And I think that map earlier showed that most of the geothermal stuff was going out west. So we'll see if we can find a geothermal. More biomass. We have a geothermal power plant here. And yeah, just get some good information on that. But once again, like, highly recommend using this website. Highly recommend going to what is energy and using these drop down boxes on the left, especially energy and the environment. So thanks for watching. If anyone is interested in doing a content path similar as mine, I highly recommend this website. It's www.eia.gov, and I'll be posting that link in my blog post. All right, thanks.